And then we can just go Evo Dark Goblin here and Ice Spirit. And there's not a lot that he can do about this. Like, he can Tornado that in, and he can go for, like, a last-second freeze. But he can't freeze everything, right? Exactly. That's why we got those Spear Goblins. We were very ready for the freeze. We understand how Balloon Freeze decks works. Ooh, what's up, gamers? Durkee here, and today we're going to be cooking with a 2.4 average elixir cycle spam deck. This deck right here is pretty much the closest equivalent you can have to a meta spawner deck. Pretty much every card in this deck is guaranteed to force out a positive elixir trade, or an even elixir trade, except for the log. He doesn't really do anything. But combine all of these spam cards with the most broken card in the game in Boss Bandit, and you got yourself a functional deck. And if you're looking at this deck and you're thinking, Durkee, this deck sucks, what are you even talking about? There is someone in the top 20 with this deck, so that's all the proof that I need. And in double or triple elixir, you can just spam your opponent to the point where it's very difficult for them to defend, and they're probably just gonna get overwhelmed. But it's like I always say, you can't take my word for it, because as we know, talk is cheap. But you know what isn't cheap? My channel members. Thank you so much for being a member to my channel and supporting me. I love you so much. So come along for the ride and I will prove to you that this deck does not suck eggs. Alright, into our first match of the video against this player. It's not often that I'm like really excited to play a deck, but I'm really excited to give this deck a try. I mean, it's so much fun. It kind of reminds me of like old school spawner decks, you know what I mean? Where you used to have a bunch of like really cheap cycle cards. That's what this deck kind of feels like. Like, it's just, you can apply really good pressure, and you have a really fast cycle, especially when you have the champion down, dude. Your cycle is so fast. So learning to leverage the Boss Bandit and just get a lot of our cheap cycle cards down is really, really great. Let's go ahead and be annoying here. We got a positive elixir trade, so I'm going to do this right away. Nice. Even elixir trade there. So kind of looks like he's running RG from the looks of it. So let's go ahead and go Bush here. RG doesn't usually run a building, so Suspicious Bush can kind of be annoying for them to defend a lot of the times because they don't have a great answer. Yeah, he's going to have to cycle the Monk there. Nice. He actually just ignores the Spear Goblin. So let's go ahead and keep the pressure up here because he might go in. Alright, we're going to go... He does ignore that, which means he's probably going to go in. So we're going to just chill here. We're going to wait on our Dark Goblin and our Ice Spirit. We're going to pull this back from the Fisherman, hopefully. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there was a lot we could have done from a defensive point of view there. Alright, let's see if we can get a log out, and now we can go with the wall breakers, and we're going to get a lot of damage onto the tower on the counter push. So kind of recognizing the situation there and knowing that the damage was going to come was really nice. So good counter push there. We can just go for a high Ice Spirit. Evo Dark Goblin's going to be clutch on defense and leveraging the fact that it's going to pretty much take care of the entire Evo Royal Giant. We just need to make sure we don't get cheesed by the Monk. And we should be okay. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's go ahead and do this now. A well-timed log here will be really nice on defense. That's about all we can do, so let's go ahead and... I kind of wanted that to go in the opposite lane, to be completely honest. But that's okay. Good pressure there. That tower's down, and he has to go for a rage over there. So at least if he goes in, we can kind of probably just ignore it and spam him with the Boss Bandit or things like that. Let's go ahead and apply pressure with the Suspicious Bush. Nice. He goes for the log. We'll go Dark Goblin here. Beautiful. I just want him to feel as though it's awkward for him to go in. That's all that I really care about. Let's try and block for a Fisherman here, hopefully. Or force out the ability early. That would even be ideal. Nice. Okay, yeah, ability comes down early. That's exactly what we wanted. Let's go like this here. We need a block for that Evo Hunter. Nah, he rages. There's not a lot that I can do about that. Fire Spirit in the pocket, and then go for Evo Wall Breakers, and then Evo Spear Goblins. No log in hand. All he has is guards last second, but that's going to blow up on them, and we're going to get some damage. So that's okay, but dude, oh my gosh. Evo Hunter froze my Boss Bandit that entire time. It is what it is. I'm going to do this just to poison this entire thing, and like I said, always try and force out the ability early. Always protect. Nice, that's fine. He's going to go RG here, certainly. Go for log. Make sure that this doesn't get too much damage on the tower. Poof away the Boss Bandit. Once the guards come down, we got to cycle. We got to spam, but like we got to spam intelligently. Like we don't want to give too much value. Pop this ability if we can. Still alive. No login cycle. Boss Bandit on the tower. Ooh, almost, almost, almost. We were flirting with greatness there. God. I can low-key start going for log cycles. I know it sounds crazy, but you kind of have to like do that a lot of times with this deck. Especially in 2-tower games. Let's get this bush down here. Okay, log here on the guards, and we took care of the Evo Hunter. That's huge. Let's go like this. Wall breakers in the pocket because we have a counter-pushing boss bandit. We can log or log cycle on this guy, poof this back, and I think he gave up. So GG's to that guy. Honestly, a really stressful game. You don't want to find yourself in a 2-tower situation, but we edged him out. We'll see you in the next one. Alright, in our next match here against Luis, man has a top 1,000 finish, so we'll see how this goes. The matchmaking is very tough, but we've only played 1 game so far, so not too worried about it. Just going to drop this Fire Spirit, see what my opponent's running. Looks like he's maybe running Graveyard. That's definitely one of the more common things I think when I see Ice Wizard, but not necessarily. Just a thought. Oh, never mind. I changed my mind. I think it's... I'm not sure. Not too scared of the E-Dragon, generally speaking. Nice. Good King Tower activation by my opponent. We're going to fire right back with the King Tower activation of our own. Never mind, we don't actually. Kind of failed that. Let's continue to apply cheap pressure until we figure out exactly what his deck is. Could be Lumberloon Freeze, could be a lot of things really. We're going to continue this kite over with the wall breakers. Interesting. I do know that I want to cycle to my Evos. We could drop this Dark Goblin here and I can save my Spear Goblins in case he has Balloon or something crazy. Fire Spirit in front, so he can't just ignore this. It threatens too much damage. And my man is rocking the Balloon. So let's go ahead and pressure with the Boss Bandit here. And then I can just defend with an Ice Spirit instead on defense. Nice, and that's great damage. I'm just going to take this damage. He doesn't have a Balloon. He pretty much just had to waste his E-Drag. Really smart Boss Bandit there. And really weird Balloon for my opponent. I just feel like that was not a good play, frankly. Alright. We're going to see if we can get our King Tower activated here. I mean, we definitely can. We're going to have a surviving Dark Goblin. No, never mind. Dark Goblin goes down. Nice. Double wall breaker connection. Pretty good. I mean, we don't have any direct tower damage other than the log. So we just need to be really, really mindful of that. It looks like my opponent is going to be running Pekka Balloon. So, interesting. Okay, I need to get to my Evo Dark Goblin. That's pretty much the only way that I can defend a lot of these crazy pushes. So he's probably going to let that tower go, I would think, is what he's going to do. Yeah, exactly. And then we can just go Evo Dark Goblin here and Ice Spirit. And there's not a lot that he can do about this. Like, he can Tornado that in and he can go for like a last-second freeze. But he can't freeze everything, right? Exactly. That's why we got those Spear Goblins. We were very ready for the freeze. We've seen that movie before. We understand how Balloon Freeze decks work, you know what I mean? So, not too worried about it. We do need to continue to apply pressure, though, so he can't go all in on a balloon, like a crazy balloon push. Nice. We're going to get back to another Evo Dark Goblin. Desperation Balloon from my opponent. Yeah, you kind of feel bad. I mean, we have so many air counters. So yeah, just a nice 3 crown on a top 1,000 player. This deck is pretty nuts. We'll see you in the next one. Alright, up here against this person. Not going to try and say their name. Super different deck than the deck that I was running yesterday. I wouldn't say this is like a top 5 deck. It's just a really fun deck to play, to challenge yourself and to grow. And whenever I try to help people improve, I always recommend like playing fast cycle decks. I genuinely think it makes you so much better of a player. All right, we're gonna go Spear Goblins here, and then Fire Spirit. I Fire Spirited a little early. Oh my gosh, dude, Cannoneer is so bad against Drill. I guess that was me, but just not great against Goblin Drill decks, unfortunately. All right, let's see if he defends with Skeletons. Now he goes Fire Spirit. I don't think that works. Nice, Fire Spirit and Snowball. I'm gonna be really aggressive here, because he spent a decent amount of elixir and he's going to have to spend on that bush. Oh, interesting. Let's get this down. And I can pretty much like almost ignore that Valkyrie. Nice. Really, really, really good plays from us. My man dropped the eye tower. Okay. We're going to go wall breakers here. And, oh, pull that back. Yeah. Dude. The Boss Bandit is so disgusting sometimes, I swear. Okay, really good pressure there, supporting the Boss Bandit, knowing his elixir situation, just knowing that was going to be awkward for him to defend. I'm going to go low Spear Goblins here just to help out our tower, because our tower is pretty bad against guards, no doubt. Ice Spirit here just to threaten additional damage, maybe force out something cheap from him. He opts to just let it go. Bold strategy, Cotton. We're going to do this, and we're going to immediately go for a log. And we're going to try and get King Tower activated here. Wow, really good sequence. No glaze, no glaze. That was a good sequence, though. We defended, we got King Tower activated. We're set up really, really good, other than the fact that we're going same lane. I don't like that, but that's okay. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and reset with this here. He goes LP. I can go for a Boss Bandit. Nice. It's going to be fine here. And I'm going to support it with the Dark Goblin. Yeah, I don't want to push into a guards or anything. Nice, really good Ice Spirit to block for the Eye Tower. Nice, really good micro interactions happening here for us. My man is just spamming. Okay, we'll go log here. We shouldn't have to defend this that much further. Maybe just an Ice Spirit. This is like what I said. I don't really want to be going same lane in this situation, but it is what it is. Pretty good defense there. Having King Tower activation is so helpful on defense. So helpful. I can support this with a high Dark Goblin like so and have Ice Spirit ready if he goes in for an Inferno Tower. Nice, which he does, but it's a little too late. And now that he doesn't have an Eye Tower in hand, we can go like this, and it should be really awkward for him to defend because he's spending all of his elixir on the opposite lane. We're going to continue to spam him because he just used his small spell. Nice, and that Dark Goblin's going to connect and probably take the game. So GG's. I felt like we kept up the pressure well. I thought we defended well, so that was a really satisfying match. We'll see you in the next one. Oh. Alright, up here against this person. Don't know what their name is. Just know that I'm having fun playing this deck. It's always nice just to play something that's different than a lot of the meta decks. I feel like all I either play against right now is Bridge Spam or Royal Giant. And those are like the only deck archetypes that I play against. So it's nice to play something fresh. Not bad. Not bad. Arrows kind of makes me think that it's like a Royal Hog Cycle Spam deck or something like that. We'll see though. We'll just go log here. Keep this defense simple. I can go for a Fire Spirit to pull it back, and then it still threatens the tower. And we're cycling to our Evo Wall Breakers. Ooh, this does kind of feel like a Royal Hogs deck. Oh, it could be Lava Hound too. Lava Hound would be interesting. Not bad, just interesting. Boss Bandit's going to help defend everything. Definitely an underrated card on defense. Maybe Barbarians here? Oh no, he has guards, huh? Let's pull this back. Oh, I want that Flying Machine to die. Beautiful. And the Boss Bandit lives. Nice, nice, nice. And he's supposed to defend the bush. Nice, so he has to go guards, and so he ignores the rest of that Boss Bandit. That's crazy. Oofta, roofta. Okay, really good start. Log here, and we shouldn't have to spend too much on the guards. We're going to eat one shot, but it's not that big of a deal. If he goes lava, we can immediately go for Evo Wall Breakers. Maybe on the side that the lava is on so we can like blow up on it. Or bush as well as subtle pressure. It definitely is lava, so really good for me that I have my Evo Dark Goblin in hand. Gonna try and save that for as long as I can for the Lava Hound. Kind of feels like he's gearing up to go in for it here. Like in front of this. We'll see. Okay, he actually doesn't. Just interesting. I feel like I would have, but I'm not the Lava Hound player, so I don't know 100%. Alright, I'm actually going to go Wall Breakers behind this. Maybe force out a cage. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. And then just let it go from here. We're going to go bush opposite lane. Yeah, there's the lava. We do have our Evo Dark Goblin in hand, like I said, and that was exactly what I wanted. I'm going to pressure opposite lane with the Boss Bandit, so he kind of has to defend. Pull this all back, and we're going to immediately Dark Goblin. Oh, it's not going to lock onto the lava, though, but it doesn't matter. Okay, good. The lava already got poisoned, so that was exactly what we wanted in that situation. Because now you can see the entire Lava Hound push is pretty much gone, which is huge. Good defense there. Once again, I'm actually cycling this Dark Goblin because I need it. I need to get to an Evo Dark Goblin, essentially. Let's log here on maybe guards. Yeah, great log there. Great log. Keep my Dark Goblin healthy. Relatively healthy, I should say. Wall Breakers here because he can't ignore them, otherwise they threaten the entire tower. And now using that as an excuse to cycle a Dark Goblin, so we can now be back to an Evo Dark Goblin. Nice. Good stuff. He's defending really, really well. It's definitely a lot easier for him to defend in double than it is in single elixir, I think, because he has more elixir to defend, and it's not as much of a commitment. Okay. We're actually going to do something crazy. We're going to do defensive Evo Wall Breakers to help blow up and take that out. Nice. And he goes arrows, but the damage is already done. We're back to another set of Wall Breakers. Or another Dark Goblin. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to commentate, man. This deck plays really, really fast. Nice. He has to defend the Boss Bandit. My guy. Nice. That's going to put in a log range. GG's. Pretty well played. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Leverage your fast cycle. Leverage your evil Dark Goblins, and you'll be just fine. We're going to hold it. I'll see you in the next one. All right, up here against Moit. My man has the Void in his banner. Forgotten card, man. What happened to Void? What happened to Void? Make Void great again. All right, let's go Spear Gobbies. All right. Pretty good defense. I actually have to respond to this, which is kind of annoying. We're going to cycle to our evolutions. If you're losing with this deck, you're probably not leveraging your evolutions enough. I know I said it earlier, but it's true. You're probably not leveraging your evolutions enough. And I would reckon he's going to pop the ability here because he baited out my log very, very well. So let's go like this here and pull everything back. Oof, though. Roof, though. Nice. Really good plays by my opponent, honestly. Okay, so it's going to be Mortar. I think Mortar is like just always one of the best deck archetypes in the game. Like, it's always so strong. It can be awkward to defend against, especially without a big spell. So we'll see. Just based off that starting sequence, I can tell he's a really good player. So we'll keep that in mind. Skeleton King can kind of be hard for us, especially if he can bait out our log in other ways like he did with the gang. So saving my log is always better when you can. So I'm going to let those lock on and then go for a Fire Spirit here. I think that's the best way to play that interaction. He might just go defensive Mortar. No, he goes for log. Let's go ahead and do this, actually. Just to be kind of annoying, bait out the Skeleton King or the Mortar. Nice, nice. And that cannon card is going the wrong way. That cannon card is going the wrong way. Okay, interesting ability. I want to keep this alive. Nice. We're getting all of the Evos out, and it's still not defending, dude. Really, really good sequence from us. That was awesome. He got a lot of damage onto the tower. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if he eats this. He probably will. It's just like 2 shots. Oh, he actually doesn't. All right, we can log here. And then go for the Suspicious Bush right away. If he goes Evo Mortar, we can go for high Evo Wall Breakers. Goes for the defensive Mortar. That makes sense. He's trying to cycle to his Evo. Good sequence for us, but I wouldn't say that's like game-winning damage or anything, although it is nice. He's going to be back to an Evo Mortar soon, so I do need to be careful. Wasn't ready for the Mother Witch. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, not bad, not great. We'll see. Okay. Want to try and get a Boss Bandit down here to help tank for everything. And she will. Nice. Cannon cart shouldn't lock here. And we did successfully defend the Evo Mortar there. The Evo Mortar is like really, really stressful to defend. That's pretty much when you can lose, is if their Evo Mortar gets a lot of value. So nice that we were able to defend that there. Nice. 1 Wall Breaker should connect here. That pretty much cleans up the Mortar. We might just be playing defense for the rest of the game because that's how it goes against this deck a lot of the time. Okay, he gets the Evo Bats down. I just need to be careful on defense here. I can just go for a Fire Spirit and pressure with Wall Breakers. And we're going to support this with the Dark Goblin because he might log over there. No, he actually doesn't. Maybe good that he didn't log. We'll see. I'm going to log here on this. Go for some Spear Goblins to help tank for this Mortar. Mortar is still being tanked for, I believe, so we're good. The defenses are so tricky against Mortar, man. So, so tricky. Need to get this down to help tank for everything. Boss Bandit as well. Oh, that 1 Goblin. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. On defense, it's just hard. Nice. Let's block for the Mortar. I feel like he's just spamming me low-key. I'm not even gonna lie. Nice. Okay, I need to be careful here. Yeah, I need to go for a high Boss Bandit to protect everything. Dude, that Mother Witch is so, so awkward for me. Okay, pretty good defensive sequence. I can't complain. Okay. don't like that. He's parking the bus here on this mortar, and it's not great for me. Oh, Boss Bandit almost dashed onto the tower. Oh, good game. I feel like that's a pretty tough matchup, and we played it okay, so I'll keep it in there. That was like almost a satisfying game. I played my best. We're going to hold that L. I'll see you in the next one. All right, into our next match of the video against Dill. Probably our last match of the video, honestly. Oh, and they're running Dagger Duchess. Oh, we'll see if we can edge out a win here. If you play against Dagger Duchess, you really need to leverage your Boss Bandit, because Boss Bandit is very, very good against the Dagger Duchess, so we'll see. Boss Bandit doesn't tell me too much about the deck archetype. I mean, look at my hand, bro. What am I supposed to play here? Alright, we're gonna set up a defense as best as we can, but this is gonna be tough. I will not tell a lie. Alright, gonna go Goblin Giant in front, surely. So we're gonna let the Sparky shoot up top. And then we're going to go for an Ice Spirit last second to keep our Boss Bandit alive. And then Dark Goblin like this. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if there was much better defense for me in that situation. Yeah, and he's got E-Barbs, so... Yo boy is in trouble in terms of this matchup, but that's okay. He goes for the zap on these wall breakers. Evo Dark Goblin does wonders, but we're probably just going to be playing defense like damn near the whole time. On terms of offense, we have Suspicious Bush, and that's about it. So we're going to reset here and try and get to our Evo Dark Goblin. Kind of thematic, right? Arguably our most important defensive card, if you haven't noticed by now. All right, he's going to use a lot of daggers. He has no zap in hand, so yeah, we're going to get out one of his more expensive cards. This will actually eat the charge. Oh, yeah, okay, well, that's not what I meant. Let's go like this right away. Because even if he goes for like a Sparky or something... Yeah, I was like, what does he do here? Okay. Pull this back. Nice, and he ate those wall breakers, so that's huge. I thought that was a good time to go in and be aggressive, and it seemed like it proved to be. Nice. Pretty good sequence there. Really smart for him. Really decent defense. His hand was really awkward, so I don't know what he was going to go for. I think Goblin Giant was kind of his only option. Go like this, and if he rages, we can go for wall breakers as well. Okay. Gonna force out like the Dark Prince or something, but I don't know if the Dark Prince is gonna be enough. Yeah, not quite. Okay, we're gonna go Spear Gobbies here. More damage than I would have liked to take, honestly, but it is what it is. Okay. Spam him. Okay, this push is gone. Oops. No, it's supposed to be an Ice Spirit. That's supposed to be an Ice Spirit. Come on, man. Alright, we're fine. Could be worse. A little bit of slop. Let's go like this because he's going to go E-Wiz. E-Wiz almost lives. No way we steal this game. Surely we do not steal this game. He gave me the GGs. GGs to that guy. A few misclicks, but that's a scary matchup. So I'm super happy with that win. I'm going to catch y'all in the outro. And that's going to do it for today's session. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot and try it out for yourself. 2.4 average elixir cycle, and there is a top 20 player using this deck. That's insane. It's really strong, it's really fun, and you can absolutely destroy mid-ladder menaces with it. So give it a try, and honestly, it's just refreshing to do something new. So I hope you give it a try, and I hope you enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching me. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace out!